Hey guys, what is going on? It is a very exciting time to be a Call of Duty fan. Today we actually did receive the Keyart, the cover art for the Season 2. You can see a sort of shorter version of this in the background. We will use the full art when we are talking about some more details with this. Now, just before we do get into talking about all of the Season 2 potential stuff that we really can only take from a single image, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate it and it really does help me out. Of course, we are still looking for 6,000 subscribers and that would be a very cool milestone for us to hit. I think we still do need about 590 something subscribers to hit that milestone, so if you could get there, that would be absolutely fantastic. So as you can see in the image here, this is the full version of this picture. We can see we have our lovely operators here, which there are 3 of them. There's a couple of guys on the side we'll talk about more in a second here, but we can also see that there are some mountains in the background. We do see that there are a number of operators. We do see some motorbikes and we do see some tanks here. Now, the potential stuff that we can already read into here, we've already seen in a previous video that we did see ground war get leaked previously, and bikes and tanks seem to fit in with that idea. Motorbikes are definitely going to be added into Warzone. That's a pretty simple idea. I believe that are going to be added into Caldera. That makes good sense. Tanks probably makes less sense to be in a super common, like regular Warzone style game mode. I would probably imagine we will likely see these tanks either in a separate game mode, like how we did see with the planes and the dogfighting, that kind of World War II style stuff. We could end up seeing something like that, or we could just miss out on tanks in Warzone altogether. But imagine the Big Bertha meta. Imagine when everybody was driving around in those big stupid trucks in Warzone, but instead of that, relatively harmless, just sort of driving around people, not really doing too much. Everyone just had a tank with a massive cannon. No, that is not for me. No, thank you. But where we are most likely to see the new motorbikes and potentially the new tanks here is, of course, in the leaked potential ground war game mode that we did see previously. Now, my imagination does tell me with this kind of thing that we want to see a massive, big open sandbox. We could see something as cool as Battlefield, like where you can do pretty much whatever you want. Big open sandbox. You want to drive a tank around and blow people up? That's cool. You can do that. You want to lay on a hill and snipe people from heaps far away? You can do that too. You want to get nice and close with people with your SMGs and your assault rifle? You can pretty much do whatever you want. But again, it's important not to set expectations too high for this thing. We're literally looking at an image and going, hey, motorbikes and tanks? That could be pretty cool. But again, as we did see previously in other games like World War II, that had the war game mode, which is a little bit more narrative driven with large objective based stuff. And everybody seemed to enjoy that in that game. So it could end up being something like that. Or what is more likely is probably seeing something closer to what we did see in the ground war version of Modern Warfare, which is essentially just big domination. I'd probably rather see the more narrative-driven style of the war mode like we did see in World War II, but I'll be happy with this kind of thing either way. Ground war is always a cool addition when it does get added to the game, but as I said, my highest hope for something like this is a Battlefield-style sandbox, as the latest Battlefield edition, the latest entry into the Battlefield series was not very good. But as I said, it's important not to set expectations too high with something like this. As I said, I think we'll probably see something more like the Modern Warfare version of the mode moved into Vanguard, like with the potential Alps map that we did see leaked previously, which was still going to be pretty cool. Now, as we can see in the image here, we do have 3 operators. Now, you guys know that I'm not really a big operator guy. Like, they're always cool additions to the game. Like, I like seeing a bunch of new skins, a bunch of new characters running around. But it's not something that I do typically go crazy over. It's not something that I'm super interested in. Like, I'll use the new ones, or if they add cool characters, like they added Ghost and they added Price back in the day. That was pretty cool, and I was into that, and you use those skins for a little while. But their names have actually been leaked in the past previously, so their names are likely to be Thomas, who is on the left, in the middle, who is Ana, and she appears to be the main operator in this particular image. And on the right, we do have a Brazilian operator named Gustavo. But like I said, I'm not super fussed about all the operator information in this game. There is, of course, going to be that connection that they do have with their favorite weapons. You do pick the operator which does have a specific favorite weapon. You level that weapon up faster. It's pretty simple. Next, moving on to the potential weapons that we can see in this image. Our lad on the left here does appear to be carrying an M1 Carbine, which is pretty cool, but he is kind of out of the main frame, so this could just be either like generic World War II soldier number 14 slapped onto the poster to just add a little bit more spice to the image, or it could be actual confirmation that we could see the M1 Carbine getting added in this update. It's very hard to say with something like this. Like, I would absolutely love to see an M1 Carbine added to the game. Another sweet 2-shot semi-automatic rifle could potentially be in the assault rifle category with some very cool attachments. We could even see a full auto version of this. Like, imagine the semi-auto 2-shot rifle. You slap on an automatic barrel on this thing and you just ruin the game. Or this could be a marksman rifle. That would be pretty cool too. Again, that'd be very cool to see an M1 Carbine get added to the game because it's an absolutely iconic weapon. Maybe a potential mid-season update weapon, as this guy isn't in the main frame. Like, he's a little out of focus, a little pushed off to the left-hand side. So this, as I said, could be a mid-season update weapon. Now, in the middle on the bike and in the larger image in the background does show Ana holding what does appear to be a KG M40, which is a Swedish automatic rifle. Now, I'm pretty confident this is going to get added to the game for a number of reasons here. First off, looking at this image of the gun here, we can see that the handle and the barrel are very, very similar to what is behind her head on the left-hand side of her head and then the right-hand side. These barrels and the handle stuff look very, very similar. Just a little editor's note here, I did have this big old gotcha moment about how the country of origin of the weapon, the previous Alps leaks, the main operator holding the weapon being Austrian, the mountains in the background of the image all lined up with the Alps and everything. But then I remembered that Sweden and Switzerland are not the same country, so yeah, that sort of ruined a little bit of the video. But my main point is that these things do look similar, as you can see with this weapon and what she is holding. They look similar, and we'll just leave it at that. Gustavo on the right-hand side of this image does appear to be holding something like an automaton or the Volk, so there's not really much to see here. And then Thomas on the left does appear to be holding something a little larger, a potential LMG probably. We did see leaks previously that did point towards something like the Shoshar being added to the game, but that really doesn't appear to be what we see here. It could be one of those, like a Shoshar with a different magazine, but really this just appears to be some sort of LMG, and I'm not really sure what this could be, but as I said, just appears to be some kind of LMG style weapon with a larger magazine, if that's what I am looking at here. So by my guess, we're probably getting an assault rifle and an LMG as our two main weapons, and then in the mid-season update, we could potentially be seeing an M1 Carbine either in the assault rifle category or in the marksman rifle category, and I think that'd be a pretty cool addition to the game. But that's pretty much all we really can take out of this particular image at the moment. We've got our operators, we've got mountains, we've got tanks, we've got bikes, a couple of potential weapons, and that's pretty much it here. At this stage, we are still waiting for the actual information to come out from Sledgehammer and Call of Duty. We're still waiting for, of course, our roadmap, all the information, all the details. There's usually a blog post that we can read through, but we are still waiting for that. And again, we are definitely moving into the information stage for Season 2, which, as I've mentioned a number of times already, is releasing on the 14th of February, which is Valentine's Day, so rip all the girlfriends out there. So if you are as excited as I am for all of the upcoming Season 2 content in Vanguard and potentially tanks in Warzone, that's going to be dumb. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate it, and it really does help me out. If you do want to help support the channel, try and get us towards 6,000 subscribers, because that would be very, very cool milestone to hit. Again, thank you very much for watching this one. I hope you're excited for Season 2 like I am, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!